Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Sorry the lighting is a little bit weird. It's nighttime and I forgot that today is the day where Goodreads decides which books are the best books of 2022. And I recently did a video where I reacted to the books in the horror, thriller, and romance. And my plan for this video is to read the book that Goodreads chose for the best books of 2023. So I have my phone right here. We're going to react together and then we're going to read those books and see if they are the best books for 2023. And let me go ahead and pull up my screen recorder. I almost ruined it for myself earlier. And then I was like, oh crap, today is December 8th. So we're gonna go ahead, view the results together. We're gonna go down to the mystery thriller category. And the winner is The Maid. I've already read The Maid and I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't my absolute favorite thing in the world, you know? So, okay, well, maybe I haven't read the horror or the romance category yet. So the romance one is Book Lovers. I have not read that. That's actually on my most anticipated reads for 2022. So I'll get to read that. We're gonna go ahead and skip and go to the horror. And the horror is Hidden Pictures, which is a book that I've had on my radar for a while. I will have to order it or like, you know, get it on Kindle or something like that. But we're gonna go ahead and start with Book Lovers, wherever it is. It's here on my bookshelf. We're gonna go ahead and pick that up. And like I said, I will get Hidden Figures and we're gonna start reading on it. And also look, I decorated my Christmas tree. So I might have to bring out my reading light again because I'm loving this like view right here. So I hope that you enjoy it too, or like enjoy the view, but also enjoy this video where we read 2 of the picks that Goodreads says that people should read for, you know, 2022, whatever. Hello, here to check with you on this video. I'm at the 50% mark of Book Lovers and I'm enjoying it. It is a slower read, which I already knew going into this book that it was going to be a slower, more like slow burn, angsty type of read. This book is about a girl named, what is her name? Nora. Wow. A girl named Nora and a guy named Charlie. They are both in the publishing world. Charlie is an editor and Nora is a agent. And they were supposed to work together, but it fell through and they did not have a very good first encounter between each other. And then a couple years later, Nora is going on this like sister retreat with her sister who is also pregnant. There's something going on with her sister. They don't really know, like Nora's trying to figure out what's going on with her sister. They were really close, and as they've gotten older and Libby has gotten like married, you know, and had kids, they've kind of like, the relationship is a little strained right now. So they're going on this girl trip in this very small town that is set in one of their favorite books. Like the town is set in one of their, like the setting of one of their favorite books. They're going to that small town. Oh my god, that was the hardest thing ever. What? Okay, so they're going to this small town. They're having like a little girls retreat. They have a checklist, and then Nora runs into Charlie and she finds out that Charlie is actually from the small town in the book that is their favorite. And they just kind of like run in together. So this is not a second chance. It's kind of like hate to love sort of tropey kind of thing. They have a lot of attraction towards each other. They have a lot of angst towards each other. But they're both in a point in their life where they don't want to, like, you know, get into a big relationship, you know. Nora has been burned too many times. Charlie, there's something going on with Charlie. There's like some secrecy going on about his life, basically. She doesn't really know a lot about his life. She just knows that he's very obtuse. He's very buttholey, like my favorite. He's not a grump by any means, but he's just very sarcastic, and he's very like to the point, and he's very brash and all that kind of things. All of my favorite things that I love in my men characters, but they are attracted to each other. They're trying not to be attracted to each other, and it's pretty good so far. Like, I'm halfway through. I can tell why this might not be some people's favorite of Emily Henry. I'm enjoying it. There's that. But this other book that I'm supposed to be reading, Hidden Figures, or Hidden Pictures, I got it for Christmas. And I'm gonna start reading this book. I need a little switch from my romance to this because I'm about to start reading another romance book for another video too. But I'm excited about this book because it has like illustrations and everything. This is supposed to be a horror book. I don't really know what it's about, but minus like there's an actual child, Teddy, I think Mallory. Yeah, Mallory is supposed to be like a nanny for Teddy. Teddy is like I think he's a child, like five or six, and he draws weird pictures. It might be like a haunting. It might, I don't really know what's going on, but I just know that there are images. Like the first of the images are very cute, like any kind of child would draw. And I know that going through the entire book, they're supposed to get more sinister. So I'm excited about this. And it was one of my Christmas presents. So there's that. I also want to show you that it is snowing where I live. There's my pretty Christmas tree. It is snowing where I live right now. We never get snow. But there it is. I'm documenting that we are getting snow. This is the kind of snow that we get here. So it's very light, but it's supposed to snow like this until about 6 o'clock. It's about 3:30 right now. So we might get a couple inches. But there's that. I'll fill you in when I get farther in Hidden Pictures. Finished this book and I gave it 4 stars. So I really like Charlie and Nora's relationship. I just wish that there was more of it. This is leaning more towards women's fiction for me, and it focused a lot on Nora and Libby's relationship rather than Nora and Charlie's relationship. There were some scenes in here where Charlie and Nora were together and they were working together editing a book, and it was really cute. And then they had like alone time and stuff like that, but I wanted more of that. Like I wanted more of those scenes because we are, like I said, we are focusing a lot on Nora and Libby in this book. It's not that it's a bad book by any means, but I would not categorize this book as I wouldn't categorize it as romance. It has romance in it, but like I said, it focuses more on the sister relationship rather than a romantic relationship. Now that's not saying that this book isn't full of love. It's full of heartwarming moments. It's full of love. It's full of caring. It's full of these people they just unconditionally love each other, which is really sweet. But it's on that line of women's fiction and romance for me, and I had to give it 4 stars because of that. Like, it's supposed to be a romance, and we got maybe 2-3 scenes of romantic scenes with Charlie and Nora, and those scenes were even kept pretty short because Nora was thinking about her sister and what her sister was going through and all that kind of stuff. And like the first scene of them like even kissing, it happened pretty early, but then after that we didn't really get any more of that or whatever. We just got the angst between them, and like I said, I'm giving it 4 stars. It's not a horrible book. It's actually a very good book, but it's not a romance. So I'm going to continue reading Hidden Pictures. It is the 30th. Charles and I are here. We're hanging out, and I'm going to continue. There he is. I'm going to continue reading Hidden Pictures and tell you if it is the horror book of 2022, because I don't think that this book was the best romance of 2022 in my opinion. But there's that. There's Charles. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Say bye.
Bye.
Ready to in this video, and I ended up giving this book 4 stars. So I was loving it from the very beginning. It caught my eyeball. Like, it was just like really entertaining. I liked this images that were included in this to help progress the story. The visuals in it were very nice. But then the last 75 pages of this book, it just like, it went off on in its own little world, and I was not expecting it whatsoever. And it wasn't in my opinion, it wasn't a very good unexpected thing that happened, because it went in a direction where I was just like, if you had just stayed on course and went the way that you were going, it would have felt a little bit more authentic, you know? But that's not saying that this book is a horrible book, because I gave it 4 stars. I just didn't like the ending of the book. The ending of the book was a letdown, which I've heard a lot of people say, and I understand now going into this, because at first I was like, let's just give it a try, you know? But then 75 pages at the end, I was just like, okay, I understand what people are saying now. But I did enjoy Mallory as a character. I thought she was a very strong character. I enjoyed learning about her journey through addiction and her journey through being clean, and it really did hone in on those thoughts that people have about people with addiction. Like, they're considered untrustworthy, they are considered unreliable, and I thought the author did a really good job with that, but also giving her her own voice and telling, like, she wasn't using and she was clean, and still all these crazy things were happening. And then there's a twist in this book where you find out some things about the family, and you're like, oh, you're pieces of crap. Like, yeah, using Mallory in that way. But I also enjoyed Mallory and Teddy's relationship too. They had a really sweet relationship, and being a mom of a 4-year-old, you would want somebody like Mallory in your child's life if you had a nanny, because she's really good with him. She loves him. She takes care of him. She makes a really strong relationship with him, and I enjoyed that. And I also enjoyed the side characters for their purposes. I thought Caroline and Ted were the perfect unlikable characters in a book, and you don't like them from the very beginning, which I thought the author did a really good job at. The author does a really good job in this book, minus 75 pages at the end. Otherwise, this book is a solid book. Would I say that it's the best horror book of the year for 2022? No, I do not. And that concludes this video. Today is the 31st. We're watching football today. Alabama's playing somebody. I don't know who they're playing, but we're going to watch football. We have a couple of friends coming over, and I'm probably going to read some more. And the next video that's coming out will be in the new year, obviously. And you'll be learning about my stats for 2022. So there's that. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.